Good morning everyone, today is another pre-maintenance checklist video, which means we're going over all the different campaigns which are ending with this coming maintenance. So the very first thing I need to go over is the servers will not be going down for maintenance, however these campaigns will still be ending. Now with that out of the way, the next thing I want to go over is of course the keyword, which is hot_arks_summer. Simply type that in party chat, all chat, any of the chats except for whisper. I don't know if whisper chat works. However, just type in area chat so everyone else knows of the keyword. And once you type in the keyword, we're going to head over to our systems, get campaign item, receive item account, and right here you'll see there is the Phantasy Star House Party rewards, where you get 10 additional full-on tickets, as well as 100 card scratch vouchers, which is of course used for line strike. So you can see right here we actually have 10 additional tickets for the Super Fantasy Festival in case you still don't have the Shiva or Luther outfits. There's a lot of really cool weapon camos as well as cosmetic goods here. However, in order to use the card scratch vouchers, you're gonna have to head over to line strike over here and scratch 10 times, and that will use your 100 vouchers. We did not get a rainbow, but it doesn't matter. We got a bunch of cards. Again, I do not play line strike, so I don't really care about these cards, but nevertheless, we've registered all of them, and there we go. Now, while we're on the topic of scratches, the Rewind Collection August 2025 will be ending, so this banner will be going away with the coming maintenance on the 13th of August, so keep that in mind. Another thing that is also going away, which is far more important, especially to my free-to-play players, is of course the Big Bang Scratch Ticket Gold. Make sure that you've spent all of your Big Bang Scratch Ticket Golds, because farming these were a pain in the butt. You had to do a lot of silly tasks in order to get these scratch tickets, so it would really suck if you forgot to use them, as this is where you get a lot of really nice rewards, such as 10 million Meseta, 200 star gems, a full-on and augment transfer pass, which I know a lot of people need, especially with the introduction of the new weapons and new armors. You're gonna need some of those augment transfer passes. Now, something that I do need to remind everyone is, of course, if you are using a Juflog weapon or a Volt weapon, you do not need an augment transfer pass to transfer these augments to your next weapon. So that is the beauty of these new weapons right now, is in your future weapons, you don't actually need to use an augment transfer pass to transfer all of this over, which is really, really nice. By the way, I also got a legend weapon, which in December, by the way, we're going to be able to upgrade our legend weapons from legend 1 to legend 2. You can just evolve them. So that happens in December, I believe. So if you don't have a legend 2 weapon, and legend 2 weapons are going for like ridiculous amounts of money right now, do not worry, you'll be able to upgrade all of your old legend weapons to legend 2 later down the line. We can actually see the prices of the legend 1 weapons, which are not too bad, but they're still pretty reasonable compared to the legend 2 prices. All right, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is of course the ARKS Records. This week's ARKS Records is the Central Retem board race solo. Just do it once and then you will get your 20 ARKS Record badges. Now, the reason why you want these ARKS Record badges is because there are new weapon camos over here, including the Alsank Almaty. This one was really sought after before, as it is really, really pretty. So there are some really nice weapon camos over here, which you are going to need your ARKS Record badges in order to get them. So it might be worth doing the ARKS Records just so that you can get the weapon camos. But again, if you don't care about that, picking up the star gems is always a good idea. All right, next up is of course the Aegis Integra exchange. We're going to head over here, exchange all of your Neo A weapons into Aegis Integras so that you can buy your Aegis Soul 4s as well as all the different Dominas so that we can craft our Halphinales. Alright, once you purchase all of that, we're going to head over to the item lab, go to Augment Capsules over here, and we're going to type in Halphinale, and right here we can craft 2 Halphinales, beautiful, which then we can turn into Magis Halphinale or Lux Halphinales, depending on what you need. Personally, I still prefer Lux Halphinale. However, if you just need that extra PP, you can always go with the Magis. Now, the next thing I want to go over is, of course, the item recycle shop over here. This is where you can pick up your 50 star gems. Make sure that you pick that up, as well as alpha reactors. We can exchange 100 NEX cubes for 50 alpha reactors, which we're going to do right there, so that we can get this alpha reactor. We sell that, and we get 175,000 N Meseta. Very, very nice. Now, if you are running out of those NEX cubes, do not forget you can always head over to other enhancement materials over here and you can exchange your N class EX cubes into regular NEX cubes. So for example, if you've been power leveling a bunch of other classes, you could turn all these cubes into more regular NEX cubes. Now, another reason why you want these NEX cubes is because, of course, of the N rare drop rate plus 100% for an hour. You can buy 10 of these every single week. It only costs you 60 NEX cubes. So this is probably a good idea to just just buy this every single week because you never know when you need that extra rare drop rate. It does help quite a bit on getting the Juvlog Volt 1s from the current LTQ spam. I still need 69 of these, nice, in order to make my new weapon. So if you do want to join me, I will be live streaming the LTQ. I'm just going to be farming until I get 69 of these tonight so that I can finally make my weapon. Alright, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, the Genesis points over here. Do not forget to pick up all the minerals over here. I've actually bought out all the minerals. They don't reset for another 16 days, but just make sure that you buy all the minerals every single month because it just saves you a lot of time. Now, another thing you can also consider is, of course, the Founding capsules as well as the Master Fragments, depending if you still need them or not. But, you know, if you need them, pick them up because, again, these points are not that difficult to get. And last but not least is going to be, of course, the Alliance Points Exchange Shop over here. We can pick up 30 Star Gems right here, so we're going to pick that right up, boing and boing. And then, of course, if you still need Genesis points, you can pick them up over here if you don't want to visit Creative Spaces.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.